Okay everyone, so Winterhold is growing as planned, and now because we've got the warlord trait, it's time for us to choose our next war. Now we do have some regions down the south we have been having a quick look at here. Now we have a look at this place, Rakund. That is going to be somewhat of a problem because that will put us into war with Urusek. Red Ruby, once again, puts us into war with Red Ruby, so I think we're going to go for the easiest option here. That's going to be Whiterun. So let's go ahead and declare the war. And we'll do it for Whiterun itself. Conquest, Warlords, yes, let's go ahead and send that over. But I'm not going to do that on its own, I'm also going to go for Facium. So we can either try and do it for one of my governors, which might be a smart thing considering the man doesn't like us too much. It's the free province next door. Unfortunately we can't. We did consider it though for a moment, but because we're warlords I think we're going to have to go ahead and just do it this way, aren't we? Now they do have some lands down here, Facian, and they are quite far away. That's probably going to be a little bit too much of a war for us to take at the moment. However, Dunmarch is right next door, and I believe that Dunmarch is going to be a good place for us to have a look at. So that's where we're having a look at right now. Our domain size is a little bit too big, so before we begin, we might give away Bleakwall maybe? Yeah, let's give away Bleakwall. So Bleakwall's all the way in the corner here. And who would like it? Folkhammer, would you like it? No, he doesn't actually want it at all. That's not too bad. Let's have a look what actually duchy it falls under. It actually falls under that. We actually hold two of the territories here. Asylvand, Bleakwall. Interesting. So I think I'm actually going to give it to someone within our court. Now, we haven't had anyone new join our court recently, and we do have a little bit of money. However, I don't think we're going to waste it on inviting someone new to court when we've got a few people who potentially we can give it to. So let's have a look. We've got a Lord Mayor. We've got Lenka, whose husband's dead. Fortunately, we can't actually give that to her. We could give it to one of my children now they're coming of age. I mean, Manalus actually doesn't have too much land. We can actually give him Anselvand. He's our second son. We could go ahead and actually get him married off to Samarosia, who actually has a collection of armour. She's just as well. Barony of Haim, all the way down here. So it actually gives us an alliance with someone close to Facian. That's interesting. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and go for that. So we'll do the marriage first. We would lose 100 prestige, but we do have plenty of prestige at the moment. As soon as that's ready, we'll go ahead and we'll give my third born son, second who's still alive, and we'll give him that land. Right. Time for us to load up the army. Let's get everyone back to where they should be. Now we decided not to have a look at who they're actually allied to at the moment, and I've done that for a good reason. Because I'm scared, that's why. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to send everyone down over to this land. I'm actually going to disband a few of them because I would like some of their armies to somewhat rebuild while we're waiting. I'll get back onto Realm View first, shall I? These old duchies. Actually spreads out there. That's actually quite handy. Okay, everyone else. There we go. So let's see exactly what we're going to be up against. Now, in order to do that, I think we might actually maybe try and build a spy network. We'll see what we're facing. Hopefully, it won't be too much because they were pretty much at the end of their tether with their army. They didn't have too many men. Dunmarch appear not to have that many either. Now, luckily for us, the Mighty Kingdom of Carspire has gone ahead and decided to declare a war against us, so now we've got a foe nearby as well. That's quite interesting, so let's see what they're going to bring with them. Now, we do have 87 gold. I'm quickly going to see. We do have a prisoner who's a mayor. We should be able to get some money. We'll get 25 gold for him. Yes, I know. Maybe we should have left him in, but money is priority right now. They've got over 1,000 men now. We should have pretty much this. They've accepted the suggestion. Excellent. Let me go ahead And oh, have you gone off to the court, Manalus? Manalus, come on. Come back. So I can give you a title. Anytime, Manalus, anytime. They've paid the ransom, which is great for ourselves. Manalus's opinion of us is 95 now. Our problem is it's Gravelkind succession. We really want to get that changed, and it's a bit of an issue how it is Gravelkind at the moment. Because all the titles are just really going to be divided. That's probably why he's as happy as he actually is. Are you coming back over? What, 3 days? Here we go. Everyone's meeting in the background. Look, they've got 1,800 troops. Oh yes. Sorry, I thought Scarhammer was the army we were against there. No, it's definitely this big bright red one. Is he going to answer us? Yes, you will. Thank you. Let's grant you that title then. We can actually give him the entire barony, to be honest with you. We'll give him Bleakwall. That is brilliant. Okay. Should we go ahead and actually give him... Assinvund as well? For now, we'll keep it as it is. Now, these 1,800 are actually going to prove to be somewhat too large for us. We're going to have a slight problem. In fact, I'm actually going to be sending you guys over here. We're going to stop. We're going to get everyone meeting up in Felglow. We'll have you gentlemen in Felglow as well, please. Now, there's only 13 of you, and I'm going to quickly disband you. We can call up some holy orders, or we should be able to, because these guys are of a different faith, so it makes sense if we start using some of them. So let's go ahead and do that, because it costs us favour. That's going to give us an additional 1,000 or so troops, so we're actually going to send these troops in along with our men as well. So I think that's going to be a good way for us to move forward. In fact, let's speed things up, because it's taken us a while to go over the regions of our empire, or our kingdom, because it has grown quite considerably. Now it looks like they're in the lands now. They're in Orphenheim, or Oratheim, however you want to say it. That's where they're at. Now it looks like they've managed to get some more people for Dunmarch as well. Dunmarch would actually be the easier of the two at the moment. Our problem, funnily enough, is just Carspire, the people we didn't declare a war against. So that's actually quite good in itself. In fact, while we're doing that, let's just go down here, because we have to wait for these men to get there anyway. We'll try and get you guys all there as well, because we're going to wait for our army all to get together. So why not just take out the first set of army from Dunmarch first, before we go ahead and try and take out this big stack. It allows our money to continue growing. I know it's not growing a lot, but it's enough for us to be turning a little bit of a profit, and we've always got the chance as well that I think this may come to fruition. We don't know, it might do. So we've suffered a defeat there. Sauerland, I think that's perfectly fine. We're going to put Frogmire with you though, and we're going to send them just to take out this small army while the rest of the forces gather in Felglow. So it looks like the Holy Orders have finally arrived. We're going to send over the Dunstead army now. And we've arrived. Obviously we're attacking in a river province hasn't affected us too badly. That takes that war score to 37%. I am going to go straight down to Nerngrad as well. And what I'm going to do is try and push these armies a little bit over, maybe to Whitewatch. So that way it's going to be a little bit quicker for them to get back together again. So let's have a look at the defence of Nerngrad. 442. I think we might very well be in a good place to actually end this war fairly quickly. Now the last of our army is going to go down and join. Let me just have a quick look at technology rates. We do have some cultural advancements we can do. Legalism might be something to have a look at. We do have the option for tolerance, which I'm not too bothered about in the moment. We can increase city vassal or feudal no, not feudal vassal, just city vassal. I like the idea of legalism, so we're going to start improving that. 1300s have actually gone ahead and yeah, they've all met up now, which is great. I'm actually going to send them over to Greymore. Due to unsanitary conditions in winter, large packs of skeevers have infested the region. They destroy grain supplies, taint water sources and spread disease. The larger ones are even known to attack livestock and even people. Right, so we must aid in this. We can't allow our city to fall into disrepair while we're away. It's going to cost 64 gold, though. There goes half our money we've been saving. Now, we can increase our diplomacy, which is going to be a good idea. Diplomacy is not good. It is going to cost us more gold. So let's put the gold to where we need it to be. Oh, in fact, they've taken another region. I think we're actually going to stay in White Watch. We're going to let this fall down first. Not fall down, you know what I mean. We're going to let the siege go down. Their defenders are not going to last all that long. Meanwhile, they're taking what territory they can. It's not improving their war score that much. Oh, is my nickname changed? Grom the Third, the Strict of Winterhold. It doesn't really strike fear and terror into the hearts of our enemies. My wife's now pregnant, which is good. Let us hope for... Yeah, let's try and get ourselves a daughter, because we do have many a son now. Now, they do have more forces. What we are going to do is just move back one province to Grey Winter. Claudia's opinion of us has changed to plus 20 now. That's good. Keep up the good work. Shouldn't be too much longer before we're able to actually shift her somewhere else, because obviously the majority of our people are happy, but I would like to make them more than happy. I mean, we've got Lucian there, who's probably going to be one of the ones we need to have a look at. You know what? I might just send her over to Lucian now. Where is he? He is in Shawstone. So when can you... Oh, Lefer. Right, there's a problem. Let's pause things out because I can't see there. Get you to Shawstone. And you'll carry on improving diplomatic relations. So here should be a quick win for us. Let's go ahead and just take out these 60. We're at 100% on the other war score. So what we need to do is, I think we are just going to take Dunmarch as well. If we can try and get some prisoners out of this, that would be great, so we can go ahead and actually try and ransom them. An expert pilgrim, you say? Mastered the humble art of pilgrimage, there is no road they cannot travel. Wow, that's actually done okay for him, considering Tyrannus didn't have the best of upbringing, should we say. He's not very well educated. That is certainly gonna help. So you're wanting to go ahead and surrender. We do have the option to do that, so we can vassalize or take everything held by Fane Guthrum of Dunmarch, the Duchy of... Do we go ahead and accept? I'm not going to do it right this moment. I want to try and maybe imprison a family or something like that. We'll see how it goes. We might just be wasting our time, but I believe it's worth the go considering our financial situation at the moment. We're just trying to play it a little bit more carefully than we have been doing, only because we're expanding quite a little bit faster. So they're actually going to take that. I'm actually going to move you guys back over to Grey Winter. War score on that still -7, we're still pretty much fine. This war's pretty much going to be decided as soon as we get both our armies together. They're heading down to Whiterun now. Large group of bandits are preying on the roads and pass of Riften. Okay, we must say the populace 68 gold. Wow. This is a do. And we are making slightly more money now, which is good. Oh, we've had a son. Flaccus? I don't think so. We'll call you Vanek. There you go. After your grandfather, Vanek the Terrible. Let's hope you have a better time of it, shall we? So we're pretty much halfway through the siege of Dunmarch now, which is great for us. The people have arrived in Winterhold. Dangerous factions are about. It looks like independence is almost leading the way if it wasn't for the usual bugbear that we have, which is elective succession. Unsurprisingly, Mayor Lucian of Shawstone has decided to join that. We are trying to improve opinion, but I don't believe it's going to do much. He's also trying to get my aunt on the throne as well. If I was to invite her to court, she would say no, and we're not going to become a kinslayer. So we didn't actually capture anyone, which is a little bit of a shame. but it has allowed us to go ahead and take that land. Now we do have wrong type of holding in our domains now, so we are just going to quickly create a new vassal while we just start sending the army back round to meet up with ourselves in Grey Winter. So now we actually have a slightly too large a domain size, so do we have anyone in Dunmarch? Any actual claimants who actually fall under us? So we've got a commander in Fassium. Yeah, you're in Fassium itself. I'm not sure if I like that. You will not come to my court, so we can't do anything about that. So when we have enough money, we may very well have to invite someone new to our court in order to give them some of our lands. Now, with us going ahead and doing what we've needed to do, we need to start pushing. We need to change inheritance. Essentially, that's what we'll need to do once we're at peace. If we die during one of these wars, things are just going to get somewhat divided up, and it's not particularly good if that happens for us. Now, luckily for us, the majority of our vassals appear to like us. And it's funny how they're going for elective succession, so potentially it could fall out of Cruel Sea hands altogether, and that's what we don't want. So we'll see how we get on. Let's get the army together, and then we'll go in and we'll take care of these. So the army has arrived. We'll send them all in. I'm actually going to lead from the centre. On my flank, we're going to have Daenalus, Baron of Nilhelm, and Formgar. That'll do for now. And we are fairly even in our distributions. I do have some special units with me, not too many though. Battle mages, the majority of them are in the centre. Everything else is fairly added up. So their war score is at minus 14%, and soon it's going to suffer a crushing blow when we go try and take care of them. So Manalus is actually leading the plot. What plot is this, Manalus? You're slandering someone. Okay. I'm actually going to stop doing that. What can we actually do on our open edicts? Let's have a look. Well, I don't believe we want to do this at the moment. So let's go on in and we'll get this war over with. Well done, son. Well done. I'm very proud of you. You are deceitful, but at least you listen to father still. Here we go into the war. They've got 50-50 split really with light and heavy infantry. My experience has now counted for something else. So that's farmlands, forest area. What to use? Well, we're predominantly heavy infantry, so it would make sense to go with heavy infantry. I mean, we do have some amount of lights, but we'll go for heavy infantry leader. I think that will do us justice in the future. We'll certainly be needing that. 4 titles can be created, but we're not going to bother about that in the moment. We're not going to have the funds and able to go ahead and press that. However, we have gone ahead and we've won that battle, so let's go ahead and start taking back the lands that have been taken from us, and then we'll sort of push in a little bit. So now the enemy's been dealt with, the main army, I'm actually going to push one into Grey March, because we don't want this one to tick over, because the war score is ticking over all the time, so we need to start recovering that a little bit for ourselves now. So let's get on into their territory. We don't have enough men, so we're going to have to move down to Greymore. Hopefully that'll be enough. 471. Yeah, we should be able to do that there. So Whiterun itself, this is the opportunity. Oh my god. Well, definitely not you guys then. Sunderstone with your garrison of 2 out of possibly 27. What was I saying? I can't even remember now. There we go, you finally get there. Well, let's assault that, shall we? My liege, please listen to me. That man you're so fond of is no more than a treacherous, despicable snake. Count Wolfgar tries to convince me to be more careful about my friends. So Wolfgar the Lecturer. I'm going to say I don't believe you, because that's the least amount. And you have lover's pox and you're an adulterer. You can't be honest to your wife. How can you be honest to me? I think he's just jealous. There we go, so we've taken the first piece of land. We'll move on over next door. That drops down that war score down a little bit, which is quite nice indeed. Now I think the problem with this army here is going to be the fact that even though we have 1,000 men, the majority of these men are going to be the, what do you call them, the holy troops. And that's a problem because we're all of the same religion. They're not going to be taking part in any of these sieges. So I think the best thing to do with Grom would be, let's head him into Scarhammer. We've done a little bit to stop the war there. So we'll shift this army over. There we go, we've managed to take that back. We're actually going to assault this one, otherwise we'll be here forever waiting. There we go. So let's go into Grey March itself. And as we march into Grey March, that's where we're going to end this episode. I will see you all in the next one, and don't forget to leave some comments. Let me know how you're enjoying the series now that we're finally getting towards our end goal, which is Skyrim. Cheers.